What do I love about engineering and about my day-to-day job? Well, I love when I design something, when you work on a project, a bridge project, and it takes you a long time, but then you see it get built. And all of a sudden you see this big bridge that you know you were a part of, and everyone around sees this and says, wow, that is a really cool bridge. And you know down in your heart that you were a big part of it, and it's very, very cool to see that happen. So what is an average day like for an engineer? Well, as you know, there are lots of different engineers, lots of different types of engineer. In my world, everybody studied to be a civil engineer, so a lot of the people do design. So we have people that are doing calculations. They might be designing a beam for a bridge. They might be working with an architect to look at what the bridge is going to look like. Then we have people in our group who are out in the field every day. They go out and they, use all sorts of special equipment and check, the condition of the bridges. They want to make sure everything is safe. They spend a lot of time out there and they work with our government to make sure our structures are safe, which is a very important job. So what got me interested in engineering? It's actually interesting. When I went to college, or when I was applying to colleges, I didn't even know what an engineer did. I knew I was good at math, I knew I was good at science, and I actually wanted to be an architect because I knew I wanted to design stuff, but I didn't know what exactly that entailed. So I actually started studying both architecture and engineering, and then I learned I think a lot more like an engineer, and I like doing the calculations. I like doing the math to figure out how things work, as opposed to it's a little more figuring, instead of what things look like, how you're gonna make it, how you will get it to be like that. So, I went to school for engineering and took a lot of math, a lot of science, but I was good at it, so I enjoyed it. In college, you also get to do some different things like labs. In college we did a semester where we built a canoe out of concrete, which sounds crazy, but they do float. That was really interesting, doing the calculations, how you could make that work. So there were a lot of classes like that where you really did a combination of things that you were able to do hands-on activities as well as do math and science. So what is my specific job? I actually run the structural engineering department for our office. We have about 40 engineers in our group. I look at the group, we work with all the different people. Everybody has different strengths and something different that they bring to the table. We do have everybody in engineering typically is pretty good in math and science, but we have people that like to do the more hands-on, doing our bridge inspections. We have the people that like to do really high-tech analytical work, do all sorts of computer modeling. And then we have people who like just doing, the nitty-gritty and doing calculations to make sure things work. It's a big combination of things between lots of different people, and we really like to use everybody to their strengths. That's what makes us a good group, is because we have a lot of diversity in people's strengths and weaknesses, and we bring them all together to make a great team. So what would my advice be to you if you're thinking, maybe engineering is for me? I would say, do whatever you can to find out as much as you can about what you're interested in. These days with the internet, you can do a lot of Googling. You can find out, what is bridge inspection? What does a structural engineer do? But then there are a lot of events like this that you're participating in today, where you can get exposure to lots of different professionals. Meet with people. Anytime you can talk to somebody and find out what they do, talk to them, take advantage of it. That's the best way to learn about what you're doing. As a woman, I think as a younger woman right now, there are a lot of opportunities. And when I was younger, there weren't many women in the field, but that is growing a lot. And it's an exciting time, and women bring so much new perspective to the field. And it's a great profession. So I highly encourage you to just talk to people and find out what we do. Thank you.